Now go.
Thank you all for another episode of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Hold on.
Here we are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Boy. Another episode. Today is a great day because it's freestyle for Friday.
Freestyle.
Friday.
We got all the news and updates.
I don't know if we got all the news and updates, but we have news and updates.
Okay.
Here's some news and updates. Like that game yesterday was pretty nice.
Oh my.
Pretty gnarly.
Dude.
For two terrible teams putting up that many points.
Did
Best
not,
Thursday night football so far.
did not expect that one bit.
Put that ball down.
I don't drop the ball, homie.
Oh God, I missed.
Put it down.
It's alright.
Hey, we got some good news and bad news on a bunch of games here. One thing for fantasy-wise, there's an injury in New Orleans that I'd like to speak about. And it's their best corner. The only corner they have on that team that can guard is out for week 3. Marshawn Lattimore. He has a concussion. He's out. That leaves a lot of love for Kelvin Benjamin. I'll put that down.
So you decide not to offer that, accept that trade?
No, not this week. Why would I give you my best matchup?
I mean,
For a dude who's got a not so great matchup.
you could say that about the matchups, but I mean, they're still good players.
Doug Baldwin is good, but he's not on the right team right now.
You know, Seattle plays very slow in the beginning, and then
They do.
It takes like 8 weeks for them to start going though.
if it
They
takes
do.
8 weeks, it takes 8 weeks. You got 8 more games after that.
Hey, we can wait till after this week, and then we can possibly dibble in that trade. Hey,
It's alright. We'll talk about that.
Speaking of the Seahawks, though, Jimmy Graham moved up to game time decision at least with the ankle sprain.
That's good for you.
they were saying
Well,
he was probably going
Doesn't
to
really matter. I got Jack Doyle anyway.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
playing Jack Doyle regardless.
Yeah,
Right?
man, he's gonna
So-
get peppered.
So,
For
but for anybody who doesn't have a plan B, you might have a chance with Jimmy Graham. Not like he's been doing much.
Or
anyway.
Benjamin Watson being out there, you can scoop him up.
Yeah, you can. Again, if you don't have a plan B.
Yeah.
But
Some people planned for the opposite. They planned for Gronk to get hurt and Graham to step in, but I guess
you're
Graham's the
supposed
one
to
that
get
got
hurt.
hurt. Just
Hey, speaking of Gronk too, he's
Also,
kind of still wishy-washy, but he says he's feeling 100%. But we'll see if they'll actually let him go out there.
exactly.
Not saying 100%, but feeling good to go.
Same thing with Odell. They said he was alright first week. They didn't let him play.
Right. So it could
Second,
be another holdout situation just in case.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
So, speaking of Odell, we can transition to him too.
Hey,
Off the injury report.
he's off the injury report, baby. He's back. He's gonna be fired up. His team is terrible. He's gonna get so many, like 15 targets a game, dude.
Yeah, he's about to
Guaranteed.
get peppered. He's about to get peppered.
And we both got stud players.
Oh, dude, hell
In our
yeah,
trade.
Amari Cooper, bro. He's on a high volume, high power offense.
So we did an offer, I think it was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, he offered me Amari Cooper, which is my guy, of course, as you guys might know, that I am a Raiders fan. That is true. And he already has Odell in another league, but might as well, hey, if I need to pick him up in another league, might as well, right? So I looked at that and I was like, you know what? I can't pass up Amari Cooper. You guys know that. Like
It
that's
was
my
hard
boy.
to get rid of him.
I know.
was like, it's Amari Cooper.
But I'm sitting there and I'm just like, my finger is over the accept button the whole time, and I'm just like, oh, I have to do this. I have to, and I accepted it.
I was
Feels
offer
good at the end,
Des
though,
Bryant and him.
No.
Just kidding.
And
no,
I was gonna say, no way, dude.
Just wanted to get your hopes up a little bit right there.
I thought it was a good trade. I saw it. It popped up on my notifications. I'm like, nice.
I know, he texted us. He's like, oh, good trade, fellas.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
was.
hey, that's the one trade that wasn't fucking
Lopsided.
lopsided. Oh, shit. The other trade we did, both the players got fucking hurt. Freaking hurt.
It's Freestyle Friday.
It's
I'm not
Freestyle
bleeping
Friday.
Freestyle.
No bleeps, no
I'm not
bleeps.
bleeping this one.
So I know this is a little late, but children, cover your ears for that one. So you're like, I already heard it.
It's alright.
Oh, even worse news for me though.
Yeah, we're
Right.
bringing
Sam
it down.
Bradford,
They're just bringing it down now.
Yep, come reality. Sam Bradford
Sam
ruled out
Bradford,
week
man.
3.
Ruled out
That
week 3.
that upsetted me a little bit.
You give him the full details on this, you know.
So, the rumor is it's a knee bruise, but a bone bruise, I should say. But I think it's more than that. They're even so worried. He went to Dr. James Andrews today. No word on how that went, but we'll see. He's out this week. They said Zimmer said that it's not as bad as they think, as they thought. He's still feeling the same. The thing is people think it's a setback, but it wasn't. I don't know.
Just a whole.
As a
mess
Vikings fan, I got the worst case scenario in my head already. Out for the year. That's what I'm thinking. That's the only assumption I'm going to make. Case Keenum's our starting
Can't
quarterback
think
now,
about
guys.
that. Yeah,
Yep.
can't think about
How's that
bro.
sound, y'all?
Not out for a year, but possibly.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's a day-to-day thing, but it's 2
It's
weeks
just tough,
now.
Bro. Stay tuned for next week.
Non-contact injuries are the worst kinds to get.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next week.
For real.
Or about Evan Ingram.
No, that's fake. He's actually off now.
He is?
Yep.
Man,
That's not fake, but they didn't update it yet. Evan Ingram, he was in the concussion protocol. They just got him off of there. He's going to be playing. He's not on the injury report this week. That one's a big thing right there.
Yeah.
Randall Cobb being listed as doubtful, which
Doubtful.
is literally 80% he doesn't play. And I don't think he plays. That means big volumes for Devontae Adams owners, Martellus Bennett owners, and if Jordy plays, it makes the biggest thing for Jordy Nelson, which sucks because I play against them with him. But watch Jordy go off for 4 touchdowns.
Let's go.
I would quit. I would literally just drop all my players. Right there. I would trade every one of them to you for Jordy. I'm just kidding. Oh, man.
I have to deny that trade.
You're like,
I'd be like,
I don't want Odell and freaking Melvin
Gordon. I just
Gordon.
want Jordy, bro.
Dang, Odell and Melvin Gordon. What if you got that for Antonio Brown? I would probably take that.
Yeah.
Because, it makes up for Melvin Gordon, who always gets 20 points, even if he gets 5 yards carrying.
No, you mean 3 yards of carry.
No, carrying. He only gets 5 yards total. Shit. He'll get 8 catches for 50 yards. This guy. Oh
Here's the thing. Never draft Tyler Eifert ever.
Never, ever.
Don't even have him on your team.
I'm not gonna waste your
I always
breath
ignore
on
people
that.
who've had a high injury history, and it pays off every single
It's just-
time.
It's sad, man. It's sad because, like I said before, I had him last year, and I waited 6 weeks for the dude to come back. Slowly came back, didn't play as much, and then came in. It's just you wasted the
headache.
whole season, man.
It's a headache. It's a disaster.
It is. And it's sad, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, stay away from it.
Yeah.
Always.
Leave him in the gutter. Word to it.
Hard
Good
to
news,
beat.
Danny Amendola people.
Danny Amendola said he's good to go, buddy.
Yeah. So if he comes back and fills that role like he did in week 1, where he left the game early, he was already at 6 for 100 in early in the third quarter, whatever it was.
It's 100 yards. Oh my gosh.
If he comes and fulfills that role again,
Dude. And that was against the Kansas City Chiefs team, week 1.
he's doing damage all over the place. So if you have him,
Definitely play him. I'd say
You
you're
think
pretty
it
good
might?
to play
You
him.
think he might?
PPR wise, I think is the better play.
yep,
Yeah.
PPR is the better play.
Because I just don't know if Chris Hogan will get that same love.
And he's a little banged up. Chris
Yeah,
Hogan.
that too. Like
Danny
everyone's.
Amendola missed last week, so Tom Brady's gonna catch him back up.
Different news, but okay.
It's a different sport.
Yeah, mellow.
Oh yeah, and in Cleveland and
Oh,
Golden. Or not
talk
Golden
about
State.
for the
obviously.
Zeke people.
Zeke.
Oh, Zeke.
Boo! Sorry, I highly dislike this individual
Oh,
just because
and
of his
the team.
character. But
Mm-hmm.
his ruling date has been announced. It is October 2nd, so in about a week and a half. Then we'll most likely learn whether he gets suspended or not, and if not, we'll learn when the next court date is.
Yeah.
I hate how it plays out like this. I feel like if you get suspended, you should stay suspended.
Yep.
I don't care what it is. Like,
Well, that should be the same thing with Jarvis Landry then.
yeah, dude, he should be
Yeah.
suspended.
Like, nobody's talking about him. Have you heard anything about him?
Nothing. He's
Like-
still getting play. It's because I don't think it's like a for sure thing, but it seemed pretty for sure.
Right.
But Zeke could make a big impact because there's some of y'all that did use a second pick on him. And yeah, you've got the first 2 weeks out of him, but last week wasn't too good of an outing, was it?
Nope. Now there's a possibility, however light it may be, of being suspended again.
He actually came. He
So-
actually came on the injury report not too
Late.
long ago. Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, Dak Prescott with a little ankle injury.
Yeah.
We don't really know much. Don't know if it's a high ankle sprain or if it's like.
Oh, and yeah.
There's not really a lot of detail on what the situation is. I'm sure Cowboys camp has been kind of withholding of information, so the things that they try to do.
Ooh, they say that the Cardinals' defense is questionable. I don't know about that.
They're saying a lot of things because I mean I just heard that on the news. Gosh, I think it was yesterday. I might be mistaken, but J.J. Nelson came up on the limited in practice, so he's also not looking too well.
Oof.
I know everybody's.
He was
just-
a hot waiver wire pickup.
Very much so. He was. I mean, he's like pretty much the only guy besides Larry Fitzgerald, but they're not even giving Larry that much love right now. Which sucks. But
Good, Larry should be getting so much more love, but it's hard to when you don't have a good quarterback.
Bad quarterback play ruins the situation.
It does.
Look at Eli Manning and Odell and the rest of the squad. Oh, that was bad play calling too. And Bob McAdoo realizes that and wants to hand over that. So
I don't like.
we'll see how week 3 plays out for
Yeah.
the Giants if they can't get it right this week against Philly.
It's looking bleak.
Philly has a good pass rush, but their corners are weak, so
Mhm.
they can't figure it out there. Then the offense and whole team is going to be in trouble and spiral to oblivion. But another positive note, now we keep going up and down this emotional roller coaster here.
We're just bringing you the average day of everybody's life.
Yeah, it's true. Delonte Parker is back in practice, or everybody that might have been concerned about him because he showed up late too in the injury report. He showed up yesterday, so
Yeah.
but he's back in practice already, so that's good.
Is it Devontae Parker or is it?
Devontae Parker.
What about Jarvis Landry? Because he's still questionable. But it shows on the Yahoo, since we use Yahoo, it said that he actually showed up to practice yesterday. So
Yeah, I don't know
That
what he
gives me
did as
hope.
far as the drills, or if he went full practice, if he did just limited practice,
Right.
conditioning, and sideline drills. But as far as that goes, Devontae Parker, if Jarvis Landry does not, he will play. But if he's
it says that he continues to practice. So
so if he's a little injured
Showed
or banged
again,
up,
huh?
Devontae Parker has a chance to.
Who would you
So,
but
start
they're fine.
if you had the receiving core of Devontae Parker
Devontae Parker.
and
I want
Des
the big
Bryant?
play upside.
I'd play Kenny Stills. Okay.
And P2
Jarvis
is
Landry.
going to be all over Dez.
Thank you for telling me what to do against you.
Bro, I already know. You already have him up there.
I do. I love Devontae
You act like
Parker.
I don't see your roster.
I know.
I can see what
We're
we
both
lose.
staring at each
Yeah,
other's
I can see it, yeah.
roster. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, take Jordy out. Come on, bro.
You know?
I'm just kidding.
Shoot, man.
No, it's a real deal when it comes to this stuff. It's
Especially
fun.
when it's your homies, you want to beat them. You love them to death, but you want to beat them.
I think I play you next week in the other league.
You probably do. We play each other
I play
twice.
Travis next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's go. It's gonna be terrible
This team is good.
because I have the same players, a few of the same players as him. I have Freeman and Gordon, which I'm like, oh, go off, but don't go
Sleepy.
off. Oh yeah.
Sleepy in the podcast today.
He's getting sleepy, buddy. Santa.
Love it,
Bye
though.
bye.
Love all of it. Let's see who else is. I was a couple people on my team I want to talk about that were injured that you might have. out there.
So I got a few, like Kelvin Benjamin. He was hurt. He was listed as questionable. Now he's not even on the injury report.
Which is solid.
Good for you.
Yep.
Demarius Thomas was taken out the injury report. He had a hamstring injury and everything like that, but he's good to go. So, could be probably like a
Terrence
top 10 or
West.
12
Terrence West.
this week. Oh yeah, Terrence
Your boy?
West.
Another dude who popped up on the injury report yesterday. Melvin Gordon
You did.
with his knee. He's questionable. He's questionable.
Everybody's questionable.
It's the unfair thing of that. Also, Jordan Reed.
Rob Kelly's back.
Rob Kelly's back. Yes.
Yep.
Jordan Reed is a game time decision. He's been limited in practice. He's got a chest, shoulder, and toe injury. Wow. What else can he hurt?
He's honestly super fragile.
He is, but he's so damn talented.
Rule 86, bro. And when he's healthy enough, you put him on the field.
True.
Rule 86.
If he doesn't make it, you can cut him or somebody else pick up Vernon Davis, and he'll fill in the slot. If Jack Doyle's still there, definitely take him. But by the time by the time they say if he plays, you won't really know. You won't have the time to switch out a 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock player. Dang, I don't have many other injuries.
No, my teams are actually looking pretty good for the most part.
Only person was Devontae Parker, Melvin Gordon, and Jordan Reed on my
So
three
who are some players that you want to see excel this week so you have some clarity on their situation?
Honestly, Buck Allen. I don't know if I'm for sure sold on him. I have high hopes in him. Also,
Mine's Chris
CJ
Carson.
Anderson. Oh,
All
sorry.
right. Oh, go here.
You.
Go ahead. Me?
Okay.
Go
You.
ahead.
Wow.
Alright, I'll go.
Yeah.
Save the best for last.
That's me.
Probably. But, CJ Anderson. First game, he did pretty well. He should have had that touchdown. Yeah, you heard that. Pretty well.
That's on camera.
That is.
That's on camera. That's great.
But CJ Anderson, huh? I think it's pretty clear his situation.
I know he looks so good, but it's the Broncos offense, and they have not been good like this.
But what I'm saying is, as far as clarity, like I'm talking about people who have like running back by committee situations, like Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, and guys like that.
Now I get what you mean.
Chris Thompson.
For you, that's a good one.
But there's not. His role will always be the same. So that's nothing that we're really worried about.
No, I'm just giving you crap because you don't believe in him.
For me, it's Theo Riddick. I want to see him do more than.
Yeah.
But his role is
he
also
has to be
cemented. He's not in the running back by committee.
He
He's
needs
just
to
the
be
third
the
down
running
back.
back because Amir Abdul is booty.
But Theo Rigg's not great between the tackles.
I know, it's just fun.
Neither is Chris Thompson. He's had
He is
that
not.
last game was an anomaly on his career.
See, one thing that we didn't mention is the Cardinals changed their starting running back.
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson is now their starter.
Yes.
He had
Figured.
he had 10 carries for 45 yards
Figured.
last week. Looked pretty good. Actually, they had the same burst.
Should have been better against the Colts.
Colts defense better than people are giving them credit for
They
now.
really- they have no corners.
They changed their whole front set. Like
Yeah.
everybody swapped around.
Yeah.
So
I mean, their front seven's pretty good. It's got
yeah,
potential.
better than last year. So if you're speaking relative to last year, it's better.
Definitely.
So, but that's another situation that was good to bring up because that situation there in Arizona was an RBBC until now has a definition to it, so it's defined.
I want to see him do good, not just because I picked him up in 2 leagues, but because
You want him to do good.
I do want him to do good, and because he was CJ 2K, bro. What happened? He just went 2,000 yards and then just
It
ate
was like
shit.
10 years ago.
I know, but still, dude, I'm saying like
Like he ran for what? Was it like 2,000 yards?
2006 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
2006 yards, and he fucking hasn't. There I go again, cussing. He
I'm not
hasn't.
editing this one, so you get
Cool.
to hear that.
Also, what I want, honestly, another RBBC is Matt Forte, dude. Like, why is he not getting the love? He's Matt Forte, dude. He's one of the greatest.
It's the Jets, bro.
Pass catching running backs.
Two-way running backs.
He is. I mean, he's the
Dual
starter
threats.
now. He's taking the seat of Bilal Powell, rightfully so. Especially the last game, he looked pretty good, and he's easily on your waiver wire or free agency wire. It's not called free agency wire, but your free agents. He's
Free
usually
agent
there.
pickups.
Free agents.
Yeah.
He's one of the free agents. Free agent.
What I want to happen is I want the Saints to figure out who's going to be that lead in that backfield and make it happen.
Mark Ingram,
It's a
bro.
crazy-
Like,
it's a crazy
But
mess,
it's
though.
not. It's
give him to somebody else then, you piece of crap team.
Right, let him go to Philly when they need some running.
That'd be dirty, bro.
He'd be
He'd be
perfect in
nasty.
Philly.
Oh my god, Carson
pass
Wentz would
catcher
look
running-
like a god.
Pass catching running back to back him up.
Dude.
A three
That
down
would be
back.
pretty
But look
nasty.
at Garrett Blunt on the goal line situations, or cut him.
Another running back situation thing about Phillies. They ran the ball like 3 times all last week.
They said that.
So-
they said that Darren Sproles is going to be the new guy.
He's gonna be the starter,
But-
he's too small for that. Like, he's gonna get blown to smithereens.
That guy is tougher than you think, dude.
Oh, I
That
think
guy's-
he's hella tough, but I'm
well,
saying
here's the thing.
he's
If
gonna
you,
get
if
hit
you have
a
a stash
lot.
spot on your bench, maybe go for one of those small ones. I feel like sooner or later they're gonna lean that way. So
hopefully, but
There's just a lot of messes in a lot of teams. Like
that's what we're trying to clear up.
like the Bengals.
Bengals
their
are
running back
going to
situation, just give it to freaking Mixon, dude. Like, play him
There
more.
is a
Why aren't
simple-
they playing
There
him?
is a simple solution. It is Mixon,
They're giving him 0.
and they're not giving him any time to do the snowball, so he can
It's
make it
the
better.
it's the head coach.
Oh, dude.
He's been there way
Jackson.
too long. He's not able to put
it's
up.
not Hugh Jackson.
No,
Hugh
I forget
Jackson.
I forget his name.
He coaches
Jackson's
the Browns.
good.
Oh, yeah. I was
You're in
like,
the
wait.
same state. That's great.
Yeah, I'm like losing my
That's
mind.
good, though.
I'm a
You're
little
right
tired,
there.
y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
No, there's no clarity. This weekend's got to be that weekend. You guys got to really watch this weekend to see who emerges.
Really?
Because, I mean, this could be the one where it's either Thomas Rawls or Chris Carson who's going to be the lead. It could be, Mark Ingram or Alvin Kamara who's going to be the one that emerges, who's going to be the one that takes over the touch totals. And same thing going with, not Washington, but what were we just talking about?
Philly.
Nope, other than Philly.
Okay.
Cincy.
Thank you.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
We're also didn't bring up, but the Giants.
Oh,
I
dude.
think I actually said the Jets.
No.
No, we said the Jets.
No, I think I said Cincy, but I don't remember. I'm spacing out right now.
We,
But with Joe Mixon or Jeremy Hill and those guys,
Yep.
to figure that out. I think it's pretty figured out now with the Giants. It's going to be Orleans Darkwa, but that doesn't mean it's going to get better because the offensive line has not gotten better until you change that or how you call plays for that offensive line.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant who you put back there. You could put Le'Veon Bell back there, and because there's no blocking, he uses his blockers. He's screwed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No, you're right. It's tough. It's tough.
yeah, that's an awful situation in that backfield.
It's
So I would
just,
never
Oh, yeah.
no, it's just tough as an owner to think like, who can I get? As of right now, it's
She
sort
got
of.
Gurley, baby.
I mean, I should have.
Yeah, I did last year. No.
1 league, I got him, baby.
3 touchdowns last night.
I wish I had more Gurley or ownership.
Bro, Chaz got so lucky that he put in Sammy Watkins, dude,
He
or else
really
he
did.
would have gotten blown out. By
He would have.
Sammy
Sammy
Watkins
had
showed up.
28 points.
But speaking of, that offense looked good. Embarrassing.
That's why he does not play basketball, you guys.
Right. That's why the offense looked good. All right. Their defense looked all right. Obviously, they let up some points to the 49ers, the Rams did, but so be it. It was a good Thursday night game. Carlos Hyde didn't look good running, but he's still very involved in the workhorse, so you'd like to see that. Left with that hip injury, came back, so keep an eye on that for next week. But they have
True.
10 days to recover, so long week for them.
Hopefully he
So
should be alright.
he'll be okay.
He'll be good.
So, but that's all I can think of for the injuries as far as right now, the news of that. Any other news that you guys can think of? Anything that you guys can come up with that's important for people to know for this weekend, as far as when they're trying to finish their final rosters?
I got something very important for them that will help them finish their final rosters. My heart is broken because Sam Bradford's not playing. No, but for real, you guys should pick up Trevor Siemian if you need a quarterback.
You do need a quarterback. Trevor Siemian.
Carson Wentz is already like his ownership percentage has gone up by a lot.
Dude. And if you're really desperate, maybe in the I can't say go in the future pick up Goff. I think he's got one more good matchup and then basically back down. Goff
has to prove himself. He needs 2 or 3 more games like those, and then I'll start to think he's a number 1 pick. Other things like for the Bucs defense, Quan Alexander's out. He's a star middle linebacker, so if you have Dalvin Cook, definitely feel good about that matchup. Fire him up. Also, even though Sam Bradford's not playing, I think the passing game is going to do a lot better than last week. We're at home. We always do great at home.
I'm thinking Thielen if you're in PPR.
Thielen's the only one that I think that is going to go off. I'm thinking him in PPR.
It's going to be dink and dunks across the center, and it's going to be
Thielen and freaking Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph will need another safety blanket. So.
When we're talking about people you want to see do good, it's Laquan Treadwell. That's who's been very active in our offense this year. Finally, he's got like 10 catches for over 100 yards in the first 2 games. He looks pretty good.
Yep.
He already got like 9 more catches than he did all of last year.
It's true.
I'm pretty excited about him. I think he'll do great. Another one, gosh, who was it?
Is Amari Cooper good?
Great.
I mean, he was
I don't know what you're
questionable, right?
Oh yeah, no, he's full practice, everything. Okay. Or else I wouldn't have done that trade to you. I would have waited until he was healthy. Can't do you dirty
so
like that,
sweet.
bro.
So sweet. You think about me first.
I think about my friends first because they're like
so
family. One other thing. Kenny Galladay. I don't know if he's for real. Last week did not look for real.
Nope.
2 weeks
ago. But nobody really looked super for real last week.
Oh yeah, because halfway through the game they gave up. They were not gave up. They were like, we won.
Yeah, they're just coasting through. So we'll see.
Well, yeah,
Marvin Jones just 1 catch went for a
touchdown.
You know,
he's a touchdown machine, but
that's not consistent pace. That's gonna stay.
When you're losing as the Giants and you decide just to run it, pretty much says that you lost. So that's why Detroit was like, all right, here's the ball.
Let's do what we can to not lose it. Like, we won. They're 2-0. They're leading the division.
But go back to Kenny Galladay. We'll see. This is another game where it's like, all right, it's going to be a high scoring one. We'll see his involvement.
Yes.
Should be high scoring.
It's Atlanta, dude. They better freaking, and they're in Detroit.
Home. Yep, Detroit's at home.
So they better sling that rock. That's why I'm starting Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Definitely start.
Dude, that guy is.
I'd start Theo Riddick, but I have C.J. Anderson and Melvin Gordon, so I'm going with those.
You're fine.
Going with the hot hands.
You're fine.
Yep.
You're fine.
You got to.
Approach. Beautiful. Man, I think this is a good Freestyle Friday.
We had that Freestyle Friday.
I'm ready to go hit the hot tub, so we're getting out of here.
All right, guys, we love you.
Love y'all, guys.
See you in a little bit. See you on our next episode. We out.
Peace.
Bye.